Hello, it is the 4th of January. We had some snow this morning, so I'm going to pick this chard and we're going to make a chard, sweet potato and peanut stew for tonight's dinner. I don't think it's going to last much longer as the temperature has really plummeted. So let's get started. We're back inside, and I don't know about you, but I just love how vibrant the stems of the Swiss chard are. You can see that the caterpillars have got some of the leaves. We'll have to chop a bit of that out before cooking, but I will show you the finished product. So, as promised, just show you my stew that I made. It's absolutely delicious, and here it is. I'm going to dish out some bowls of that and have it for dinner tonight, probably for the next couple of nights actually, given how much it is. I will pop the recipe in the description below. If any of you have some Swiss chard still left in your garden, I would highly recommend it. Good afternoon, it is January the 5th. I've spent the afternoon wrestling the accounts and it's time to do my plant pot challenge. So I'm going to do a bit more weeding, plant a few more tulips and go from there. Okay, that's us done for today. Done my plant pot. Let me just show you what we've been doing. Let's just have a little look. Now, I have to say it looks a little bit of a mess because I haven't weeded. I've just got the bulbs in because it's really got very cold and I don't want them to get caught by the frost. So we have just been planting some tulip bulbs, some snowdrop bulbs and some hyacinth bulbs in there, and at least now they'll be safe and hopefully they might come up. I'm going to go inside and get a hot chocolate because my feet are actually numb. But thanks for tuning in and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Good afternoon. It is January the 6th today, and today we are going to be taking some of the strawberry runners that I have and planting them up for next year. So I'm just going to show you my strawberries. So my strawberries are all along underneath this window, and they've got lots of runners. So we've got lots of these. So I'm going to cut those down. I'm going to plant them up, and hopefully next year we're going to have some strawberry plants. I don't think they'll produce that many the first year, but you've got to start somewhere. So we're going to do that. I'm just going to show you just a quick photo. Maisie has discovered ice. There's some ice in that little bucket there, which she is trying to get at. I'm just going to turf it out so she can eat it because she absolutely loves it. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of fun for her. Right, where are we going to put you? I'm going to have to find a place to balance the camera on. Just going to show you Maisie playing in the garden. gonna play? Okay, back to work. Okay, I don't know whether this is a good idea or not, but I've decided to leave the dead leaves on the strawberries for just now. The main reason is that I kind of want the dead leaves, to be there as a bit of protection in the winter months. If strawberries get really, really cold, the following year's crop, the strawberries can start sprouting leaves on the strawberry itself, rendering the fruit inedible. So to provide a little bit of protection, I've decided to leave my leaves on. I'm also thinking that I'm going to take these planters off the side of the house. This corner of the house is quite exposed, and I'm concerned about the soil in the planters just freezing rock hard. So I'm going to take those off, and I'm going to go and put them over in this corner with all the other little plants, and then the plan is once the cold frame is up and running, I'm going to pot them in there for storage over the harshest winter months, just so that they've got a little bit of protection. That's the plan anyway. So I'm going to carry on. Oh, and I managed to get some strawberry runners here, so we're going to pop those in some plant pots. I don't think they're all going to survive. Some of them have already had a bit of a blast from the frost, but we're going to plant them up and we'll see. The hope is to make a strawberry tower in the spring, but I'll do a video of that when I get to it. Okay, so we are going to move the pots and just plant them up. So I'll just carry on. I got some pansies that I bought in the sale a couple of months ago. I haven't planted them out yet, but I also would really like to use the tray to put the strawberries in. So, change of plan. We're going to plant the rest of the pansies out, and I'm going to plant them along here where I've been weeding for the last couple of days, and also in the new little bit just over here. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's get going. Oh, right, that was quite energetic work for something quite so small. We've got the pansies planted up. I have to say, I have left some of the buttercup weeds still in there. I know I need to dig them up, but the clay is really quite sticky today. and it's really quite hard to dig. Plus the ground feels quite frozen. One thing I was going to show you that I dug up a nail, or a screw actually, a very rusty one. We have loads of screws in this garden. They're everywhere, so trying to, every time I find one, remove it from the soil and try and slowly over the years get rid of them. Hello again. So I didn't video potting up the strawberries because my phone kept falling off the plant pot that I had balanced it on. But here we go. These are the strawberries that I've planted up. I have just put this lid over the top of them. Try and give them a little bit of protection from the frost. I don't imagine all of them are going to survive. Some of them were looking a little bit frost blasted already, but you know, trial and error, we'll see. I'll keep you posted in the summertime. Good afternoon, January the 7th, and today we are going to do sort the pots out pile. Didn't really want to come outside today, so I'm not going to do any digging. We're just going to try and go through some of the garden pots, stack them, try and get rid of some of the snails. There's snails everywhere, so just going to get started. If a gardener can have a favourite plant pot, this would be mine, because it's so small, it's quite cute, and it's full of optimism. Anything that you sow in a little seed starting off pot, you hope will become a plant, and I just love it. Okay, I think we've done quite well. The main reason for doing this is to actually find out the volume of plant pots I've got, because I quite like to buy a potting shed, somewhere to store them, or make somewhere to store them, but I needed to know how much I had in order to know how big a shed / storage area to build. So just going to come over here and show you what we've done. So we have, as you can see, stored all the plant pots and stuff nicely. They're not completely ready to use. I still need to wash them in some soapy water, but that is for another day, probably when it's cold. I'll do it inside, hot bucket of soapy water, relaxing evening. That seems easy. The other thing that I wanted to show you is that I found loads of snails, and I am just leaving them out here because I'd quite like to make friends with a robin or a blackbird. I know that some gardeners can feed the robins from their hand, so this is my first peace offering, and we'll see whether we get any takers. Right, I'm going to call it quits, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fiona's Plant Pot Challenge. It is Saturday the 8th. We've survived a week. I have done a whole week of plant pots. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling exhausted. I'm feeling very proud of myself. Today it has rained cats and dogs, and considering it's been a wet, miserable weekend, it's actually been quite a good one. We went on an extremely muddy walk with the dogs this morning. That was great. And then I came home, and thank the Lord I have finished my tax return, which is just so good. So good to have that release. It's not on me anymore. And so this evening I am going to celebrate by doing hopefully the final coat of the painting for the cold frame, and then tomorrow I'm hoping to put it together. Good afternoon, it's January the 9th, and I am going to put together the cold frame today. Not something that I would usually do, so hopefully it will go well. I've read the instructions, they don't look that clear, but we're going to try and work it out. Go nice and slowly, and enjoy. Hello! After the camera failed and I had to wrestle with the instructions and the wood, I waited until Stephen came home, and then I got a little bit of help, and this is the finished product. So I'm looking forward to filling it. It's dark outside now, so I'm going to wait till tomorrow before putting my strawberries in, but I'm really pleased with it. It was definitely a struggle to put up, definitely a struggle, and the wood split in a few places, but it's well painted. Going to put a little bit of varnish on the areas that have split, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine, nothing structural. So yeah, look forward to filling it. Bye.